you doing? The Navion is in the shop. Yesterday when we took it to get an oil change, well, first off, when I was changing the battery and everything, trying to get it started, I heard a psst, and then the engine light came on. So then yesterday took it to the shop and to get oil change, and had absolutely no power. Like, I couldn't get it above 30 miles an hour on a hill like this, and it'd take a long time to get there. So it's almost like the turbocharger is completely gone out of it, or there's a head gasket. I don't know. It could be something major. It could be a vacuum leak. Who knows? Or it could be a computer problem, because, you know, when I was changing the battery, maybe the computer needed to reset itself or something. I don't know, but it's not good. The guy at the shop, they don't work on Sprinters anymore. They changed ownership, and I don't know if they'll ever get to work on Sprinters again at the Freightliner shop, so gotta wait and see on that. He kindly took it in because I have a history there, and he's working on it. He's going to diagnose it and everything. I don't know how much all that will cost, but the clouds of doubt are hanging over whether or not in a week or two we get to go on vacation anyway, because we have kids under 12, and a lot of people have chosen to not take any safety precautions, to not protect themselves or others against the virus, like completely irresponsible idiots. And I mean, this is a choice, because vaccines in America are free, and they're everywhere. All you have to do is get your lazy ass over there and get a shot. But people don't want to do it. And they're buying into all this nonsense that is going around, half-truths, lies, propaganda, that there's something bad about the vaccines. Like, for instance, I know somebody who's afraid of getting vaccinated because the government is putting something in the vaccines where they could track you. And I'm like, idiot, they track you all the time, and you willingly give them the information yourself. You use a cell phone, don't you? You know, there are ways of turning off a lot of the tracking information in cell phones that most people aren't aware of, won't even bother to do. Or, you know, just go old school and don't even use a cell phone if you're afraid of the government tracking every little stupid move you'll make. Like, they really care. You know, the government doesn't care that much. You know who cares is large corporations. They want information on you so they can figure out how to sell to you. Have you ever wondered, when you get on the internet, why there seems to be ads that just so happen to be in your interests and what you like? It's because they're tracking you. Because every keystroke you make, you know, every time you turn on the TV now, there's a lot of smart TVs. They figure out what you like to watch. You got services like Apple TV or Chrome, you know, whatever. Every time you get on the internet, you're being tracked. And that's stuff you do willingly. Why in the hell are they going to put something in a virus, in an antiviral shot, to track you? That's illogical. It doesn't even make sense. But this is a justification people are using. And I'm serious. Maybe we ought to all get together with a lawyer and have a class action lawsuit. If you don't have all your shots by a certain day, then you owe us money. Because think of all the lives that are endangered, and just the inconvenience. You know, if we aren't able to go somewhere, that's not a big deal. I'm not really necessarily crying about that. But think about it. We're not going out and spending money anywhere. We're not going on any tours. We're not visiting any museums. We're not eating out at any restaurants. We're not staying at any campgrounds or hotels or anything. You know? All because people don't want to get their shots. it's just, it might be irresponsible of us to take little kids out into the world where they can't get their shots. They don't have a choice. And the kids, they hate needles. They're afraid of them. But you know what? They'll stand in line. They'll get the shots willingly because they know they're responsible. They're more responsible than the adults. And they say that too about the schools. They had a hard time with schools being shut down because of outbreaks within the kids. And they say, oh, these outbreaks don't happen because the kids are being irresponsible. The kids do what they're told. They wear their masks, everything else like that. The problem is their parents insist on taking them out to large gatherings, like family gatherings or sporting events or things like that, unprotected. And the kids are getting it from that. So maybe we as a human race are just too stupid to figure it out. You know, nature is trying to figure out how to get rid of a lot of us. There's too many of us on this planet. And, you know, the question goes out, well, who gets to decide who stays and who goes? And I think the answer is becoming obvious, unfortunately. The people who are deciding, people are deciding themselves, are weeding themselves out. But unfortunately, I wish they'd leave innocent people out of their poor decision making. I've ranted enough. It's time to get my coffee and go home. Hey, how you doing? Where to begin? I'm picking up vittles. You know, the missus is working, and where to begin? Let's talk about the mask mandate is coming back. St. Louis did it a couple days ago. Kansas City just announced today that they're doing it, and unfortunately I forgot my mask. But why do we have the mask mandated again? I thought the virus was on its way out because, you know, there was a very effective vaccine that was distributed in the United States for free. And it's available to everyone over the age of 12. Well, the reason why the virus is coming back with a stronger, more virulent, more contagious strain is because people have chosen not to get the vaccine for various reasons. And so now the rest of us are paying. There's a lot of us in this country, probably a little over half, who've done the right thing and the responsible thing. We protected ourselves and our families, and we've protected our communities by getting vaccinated and helping to build up immunity to the virus. But there are a lot of people who, for whatever reason, have decided not to, and have enabled the virus to get itself stronger. Eventually, if this keeps up, then, you know, it could be an extinction event. Who knows? And maybe that's the reason why, because nature has had enough of too many human beings. Oh, look at this. There's a road truck. Is that a road truck? Oh, yeah, that's a road truck. It's very rare. What's a road truck doing there? The body looks a little rough, but it's newer than ours. Wow. Well, anyway, so just to make this long story short or whatever, I guess you can get mad about it, but getting mad is not going to do anything. And you know, maybe it's a part of human nature, and maybe it is something, you know, the too many human beings polluting, and maybe it's just nature trying to thin out the herd, and, you know, just starting with getting rid of us by taking on the morons. Maybe that's what's happening. But either way, I got to wear masks indoors. I got to wear my mask to work tomorrow. I had a really good day at work today. I haven't done a satellite. One of my job requirements is to be able to tune in satellite shots. We had a satellite shot this morning, and I hadn't done one in over a year and a half, probably more like 2 years now. And when it came time to do it, first off, I went through as best I could, and I reviewed yesterday how to do it. And I tried to set up the window, and I got it all set up as best I could yesterday. And I was like, okay, and all that's left is to wait until the satellite window actually opens. It's one of those deals where you can't just sort of pre-do it and test it out. The satellite window has to be booked, and it opens, and then you know it's either there or it's not. And if it's not, you have very little time to figure it out. And it's very important, otherwise something's not going to make air, like a big chunk of our show this morning. And so when the window was getting ready to open, I went back and I was like, it's not there yet. Shoot. And then I looked through and I found a setting, and I clicked on it, and blink, it showed right up. I was like, whoa! I was so amazed. And the guy that I work with, who I don't think he's thought much of me in the past, because I haven't demonstrated any skill or ability at my job, unfortunately. He was extremely pleased, because I think he's never done one under pressure. So, all right, you can let me over? Thank you very much. So, we got her done, and it's a good feeling when you do something right for once. And the weather is super duper duper hot. The heat wave they predicted last week is here this week. And so we're just kind of like hiding under our rocks, trying to keep cool, like lizards. We're the lizard people. We won't go outdoors for anything. The kids have actually been pretty resilient. They've been going out and using our Luddite mower and gardening and watering, but everybody's getting a little stir crazy, and we're trying to plan our vacation. And the Navion is down and out. I mean, it's not completely out. It has an exhaust leak, and it has the carrier bearing has been going out. That's what's that noise we've been hearing is kind of like the noise as we drive. And neither of them would prevent us from doing a vacation, but it's not a good idea, because that if that exhaust leak goes out again, and I have to get it reset. I can't reset it myself. I have to have it reset by a Mercedes professional, and I'm not sure, in the middle of wherever we're going, it can be reset. And if it goes out again, and it has absolutely no power, you can't even get the thing above 30 miles an hour in most cases. And and it's not a good idea to drive like that anyway, because you could cause some engine damage. All right. Americans are starting to build roundabouts everywhere, but the roundabouts sort of eliminate the need for a stop sign. But for the most part, they use them to slow down traffic, which I think is a wrong reason to create a roundabout. And so the roundabouts that we're building are actually too small and unsafe, I think. Because people are just impatient. They don't know how to yield. And anyway, other than that, I've been doing a lot of these driving videos, which kind of gets boring. But for the most part, during the week, I've been kind of working and going home and trying to take care of some things. I like this drive. Usually you like to go home this way. Sort of like this country road although it's real close into the city. And yeah, other than that, I'm gonna try and make some interesting content. I haven't added to my Travel America's Backroads channel for quite some time because I haven't been doing those kind of things where I've just been busy lately. So it's like the daily Boorish stuff, which is mostly my journal, made mostly so I could look back on it and go, okay, this is what I've been doing. You know, like a daily diary in video form. So I'm sure it's not the most interesting content for people to watch, and obviously not, because the numbers don't lie. People don't really want to watch it, but there's a lot of things going on the internet these days, and one of those things is thanks to a lot of people spreading lies and propaganda and hatred online, now the rest of us are suffering. I've had 2 posts taken out of Facebook for offensiveness, and they weren't really that offensive. I mean, they were just off-color jokes, but they were not things that I haven't ever posted before and gotten, no notice on. But lately, we've been really sensitive, and we've been sensitive because you can't lower the boom on one person and leave everybody else alone, because the one person will start complaining unfairness and censorship. And so when you lower that threshold, it's got to be lowered for everyone. And unfortunately, these are machines who do it. It's not human beings who do it. It's algorithms and bots. So you say certain things and boom, your post is gone, and next thing you know, you're facing Facebook jail, which is all right, because you know what? That'll be the end of Facebook, and maybe something better will come along. And a lot of this is because of sites like Twitter and Facebook have not been very good about being sensible when it comes to certain types of speech. When you communicate violence or hatred against an ethnic group, especially when the hatred leads to violence, or you put out misinformation, disinformation, that should have never been in the first place, but it was allowed and tolerated. And that's why we're all starting to pay for it now. So, yeah, now this overreaction is happening, and that'll be the end of these websites. And good riddance. Because maybe somebody has a better idea that's being squelched because these sites have been taking up all the air. And, yeah, we still don't know where we're going. We need to go somewhere, but we don't need to put the children in danger. And again, this all ties in with what I was talking about, the mask mandates and the morons in this country and all over the world. So the big thing is that they don't have vaccines for kids under the age of 12. And, if people just did a little bit of reading or research, you don't even have to do a lot of reading. Just watch some videos. You can see what has happened in the past. What has happened in the past is these things mutate, they get stronger, they build up inside people, they incubate in people as they get from one person to the next. They mutate into something more stronger, more virulent, and we're able to survive. And they also start targeting younger and younger people. Hey, how you doing? Get up there, Leaf. Leaf. Love our lovely road construction. I haven't checked to see how long this is going to go on, but I know that they need to do some work on. They've needed to do some work on this road for the past couple of years, because I think the subgrade has failed, and I think they're about to bring it down to the lowest level. Looks like they might be. It's not. No, the subgrade hasn't failed. I can see the concrete original road. I think what they did was they put probably a bad contract where a contractor sort of cheated the city and did a lousy job in adding the asphalt to the top. So they're scraping it down. Oh no, we'll see. Maybe they'll take that out too, and maybe it is a subgrade failure. You know, the subgrade is the grade below the road where, you know, they compact the earth and everything and build the road on top of it. It's like the foundation of the road. Today, maybe my last day of therapy. I still have a little bit of pain. It's concerning, but it's doable, it's workable. I think if I keep working through it and exercising it, it will eventually go away. I don't want to give ammunition to the anti-vaxxers out there because it's been a disaster. But this was the result of a flu shot. And my wife has it, and she needs to go to therapy for it and get her shoulder fixed. And I think the 2 kids who went with us to get the flu shot got it too. So, and my camera is overheating. It's really, really, really hot. I think the temperatures have been over 100 every day, almost every day this week. So, it's excessive heat warning. And the Navion is, we got her home, no problem. Mark, the mechanic, the Sprinter mechanic at Freightliner, is a terrific guy. Bent over backwards to help me, even though he probably didn't do himself any favors by doing that. And I don't know what they're going to do because I don't think the Freightliner, at least here in Kansas City, is doing Sprinters anymore. I'm not sure if Freightliner all over the country is quitting with the Mercedes. I don't know if they are or aren't. I looked on their website and I saw that they still were, you know, offering Sprinters for sale, so I don't know. But the mechanic here is wonderful. He's very passionate about Sprinters, and he really loves them, and he worked to help us. He did the diagnostics, which is huge. I've called around to several other mechanics because they don't stock the parts there, so they can't do the work. Otherwise, they would be at Freightliner and they would have it done. So it's there's this place in North Kansas City I'm going to try. It's a place where the Goodyear takes their Sprinters when they get them, and so it probably won't be cheap, but hopefully we can get it done this week and we can have the Sprinter for our vacation. Otherwise, we have to make other plans, and that'll be kind of a letdown. But Corner Cafe in Riverside, Missouri. The missus has sent me here to get some pie, which we really need pie. Started here in Riverside and has now grown to 3 locations. Established 1983. Look at the pie. Welcome. Who doesn't love the pictures on the walls? The old school lunch counter and a motorcycle and the decorations. And quirky is everywhere. Got our pie, and we got sugar-free. They offer sugar-free. I had to make the chocolate pie special for us, but it didn't take them long, 10 minutes. Wasn't bad. You know, we're talking basic comfort food, home cooking, mom's kitchen kind of thing. And the prices are, you know, moderate, not bad. It's a very popular place. A lot of people like coming here, and they'll hang out at the lunch counter, or they'll bring their families here for dinner. This is Friday, so it's really busy right now, even with the resurgence of the thing that shall not be named. But yeah, and we like to come here and every so often we'll eat. Usually we'll bring somebody here, like a guest or whatever, if we're eating out. And we like to get pies on special occasions and stuff for dinner. We're having sketty tonight, so the missus had a hankering for a pie, and it's been a kind of another banner, stressful week. So it's a great way to celebrate getting through the week and alive in one piece and relatively thriving. So, woo, now it's time to enjoy our pie. Pie. We love our pie. With our sketty. Hey, I'm in the Navion again. And this time, we're trying to get this ready for when we need to use it in about a week and a half or two. I forget. Anyway, so sort of a rush, and I found out that the local Dodge dealership works on these still, and also there's a Ford dealership that works on trucks. They do these, and so by calling around, I found a lot of places. I still haven't really got a confirmation on Freightliner. I talked to one of the people at the muffler place who told me about the Dodge dealership and all these people working on them still. And they said they don't do manifolds like when they connect to the engine block. Everything from the manifold on they do. And they also said, oh, and yeah, we heard that Freightliner, the whole company, Freightliner, is no longer doing Sprinters. They're not going to sell them. They're not going to service them, yada, yada. So, and then the other people I talked to, they hadn't heard of it. They don't know. And they even said, oh, you need to go to the Freightliner dealership for a Sprinter van. And I said, yeah, I've been there. And I told them that Freightliner there, at least in Kansas City, doesn't work on Sprinters. So I don't know. You know, it's not official. It's just me saying it. That what I've heard is that Freightliner does not do Sprinters anymore, and you have to find other places to do them. And so when you look around, you'll find them. You know, it sucks that we can't go to the place we're used to. And I don't know if you can hear that noise in the background. That's the carrier bearing, and the carrier bearing, I believe the drive shaft comes in is basically two shafts. And in the middle is a place where it's held on, and there's a bearing in there. Basically, it carries the shaft, and that's going bad on us. So yeah, we are. If I can only find a place to park. It's not so easy. It's not a very big lot. We'll go in and see what's what. Oh, hey, guess what? After going down there and then telling me I was in the wrong place, I need to come here, which was a huge effort to do. They don't work on these. The guy inside tells me they don't have the bays for it, so I'm going to try another place and then do the Ford place. This is turning into an all-day ordeal. I hate that. Okay, this is my second place on this Saturday that I'm trying. This is a Midway Ford, and they said they probably can't get it till later on this week, so I don't know, we'll see. Okay, we got her checked into Midway Ford. So we're going to get an estimate on what it's going to cost. And look at this coffee machine. I think I will. Hot beverages, coffee drinks. Coffee 1, coffee 2. Don't know what. Let's try. I think coffee 1 is the local blend here. So let's try it. Medium. Strong. Go. What will they think of next? Coffee. It'll do. It's time for the boys to get their hair cut. Here at Jack's. Usually I do the how's it look thing, but ruh-roh, somebody found Jefferson's. 9.
Spicy.
Jimothy.
Yeah.
Fiddles. We are satisfied. Time to finish our errands. So the missus and the kiddos are doing some grocery shopping and other shopping, and I'm chillaxing with the dongs, right dongs? And it's been a busy Saturday, and hopefully we'll hear about the Navion pretty soon in the week and find out. I'm pretty hopeful, find out that it won't be too expensive and that it will be done by Friday. So, here's hoping. We are trying out filling station in Overland Park. Coffee.
Have you been looking at girls?
Luke's been looking at girls. 9. And we're playing cards. Coffee. Smoothie, something like that. Truce drink. Yum, yum, yum. How is it, Luke? Thumbs up. What about you, Miss Sy? Do you like it? Is it good? So good you can't even talk.
Sweet. It's sweet. Good.
But sour.
Sounds like they squeezed it out of the orange.
That's orange?
It is. Yeah, it's fresh. Fresh and
Oh, I thought
sweet.
it was lemon.
Yum. So that's orange blood, right?
Ew.
That's what I said. Must be fresh. What I said.
Yum.
You mean orange blood's because of the straw? Ew.
There you go. for the best part. Snack time. Yum. Mixed in with the American junk foods with some unique Filipino snacks that are homemade. I don't know what those are called. They were just explaining it to me, and I can't get them over here to talk about it, but let's just say they're delicious. Now it's time for the adult dance. Filipino desserts. I need this like I need another whole day.